The Neve Tzedek neighborhood began in 1887, about 130 years ago, and is the first Jewish neighborhood outside Jaffa, about 22 years before Ahuzat Beit, which became Tel Aviv. For several years after this, next to Neve Tzedek, additional neighborhoods were established: Neve Shalom, Akva, Ohel Moshe, Mahane Yehuda, Mahane Yosef, and were called Shabazi. Today these neighborhoods are called Neve Tzedek. The reason for the establishment of the neighborhood is the development and growth of Jaffa in the previous years, the renovation of the port that was the gateway to the land of Israel, with steamships bringing Europe closer to Israel. Another factor is the arrival of Arab migrant workers from Egypt and Sudan and their settlement outside Jaffa in the Abu Kabir, Manshia and Ajami neighborhoods. Another reason was the settlement of Americans and Germans in the American neighborhood and Sharona, and the arrival of the first Aliyah. Aaron Schlush bought the neighborhood lands from the Arab landowners and built his house there, but his family did not want to live there because the place was in isolated dunes. In Jaffa, the Ezrat Yisrael Association was established by the Rokoch and Stein brothers, with the aim of building institutions for the Jews of Jaffa, including the establishment of schools and a library, and the establishment of a Jewish neighborhood outside Jaffa. The association bought the lands and divided them into 48 plots, as the number interested in purchasing and building. The price was low to bring in the buyers, which also paid off for Schlush, who knew he could sell more land in the future. And so it was. The neighborhood was built and more small neighborhoods were added to it. Over the years, a Jewish community was formed, with educational institutions in the compound now called Susan Dellel. There were intellectuals of religion, literature and art such as Cy Agnon the writer, Yosef Chaim Brenner, Rabbi Cook the artist, Nahum Gutman, and many others. In addition, an infrastructure of building workshops and an agricultural and security industry was established. During World War I, they were all expelled by the Turks for 8 months and returned home after the British occupied the country. After the establishment of the state, many immigrants arrived and settled densely in these neighborhoods. In the 1960s, the roads were paved, but they wanted to demolish the neighborhood and build a modern business district. Lack of decision caused the construction to freeze, leading to the deterioration of the neighborhood in terms of construction and socially. In the 1980s, a return of residents began and reconstruction continues to this day. Today Neve Tzedek is a sought-after neighborhood where old and new are used in a picturesque mix, with a quality cultural center, and an older and younger population from all ethnicities, which is an attraction for tourists and the study of the development of Tel Aviv and the new settlement in the land of Israel.